All right, welcome back to the 100K Bink or Bust Bankroll Challenge. We are on day 112. Current bankroll sits at $7,000. So we've been on a pretty good uptick lately. We're actually, this month, we're beating NL50 pre-rake for 40, yes, 40 BBs per 100. So we've been running super hot, super small sample. Uh, I think it's like 7,000 hands or something like that. It's all we've been able to play. Um, but nevertheless, we'll take it. So nice big heater after a huge downswing we've been on. Mm. Yeah, and they do say that you'll always experience like a bigger downswing than you ever had before, whether that's in dollars or big blinds or however it looks like, however you want to look at it. Um, and we did do that. I'm actually glad we powered through it, but like that was like $100,000 um, dip. It was essentially the first like 20,000 hands where we had a lot of NL 200 in there, and then some NL 100 where we lost. Well, we went from 10-5, basically down to 55, I think, at one point. So basically like a $5,000 dip. I think 3K of that roughly came within the first 25,000 hands, mostly being an NL 200 and a bit of NL 100. Um, and then after that, we broke even for a bit, and then we went on another sort of dip at NL 100 where we ran like 15 buy-ins below EV, which pretty much did a lot of the rest. And then we were just like breaking even for the next like 50,000 hands or something like that. And then I think we finally kind of come out of it. We did a lot of review, a lot of studying, a lot of talking to other guys, reviewing hands and stuff. And, there's obviously some mistakes and stuff in there, but uh, generally it looked like we were actually playing pretty good. So I think we came out of it playing better than we were going into the downswing, uh, which for me makes sense. When I am like running really hot, you do end up just wanting to put hands in at the table. So our study time goes down, which it shouldn't, but it does. Um, so when we're running bad, like we're studying all the time, we're reviewing hands all the time, we're looking at different spots where we can improve. Uh, are we making any huge mistakes, like that kind of stuff? So over the course, it seemed like we were playing pretty well. There were some mistakes being made in 3-bet pots, more so than anywhere else. And nothing crazy, just some give ups. Well, excuse me, just some give ups or some blast offs that we probably didn't need to be making. And we got some action with tables filling up here, so I'm just going to keep dumping NL50 tables. Whew, allergies coming in hot here. But yeah, overall, we came out, I think, playing stronger. Um, Better mute this. So we're just gonna pull that up quick for this month, so you guys can kind of see the bounce back. My goodness. Oh man. I don't know about you guys, but I get sneezing. It's gonna be like the next 20 minutes. I'm gonna be sneezing. Holy Moses! I've had this little bit of a cold for a while too. That's off. And we'll just go straight to NL50. Fold to 10-5, 7-3 suited start team. So yeah, this month NL50. Oh man. Wow. Yeah, we only played 6,700 hands. We're up 12, 30. So essentially we're at like 40 big blinds per 100 over this 6,700. Oh man, it's rough. Wow. Over this stretch, we're at like about 40 PBs per 100. So, anyways, pretty stoked about that, to be honest. So make sure you hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button for the big comeback, and hopefully we can just get back to where we were sooner than later. Um, There's no real reason we shouldn't be playing NL 100 right now. But there's not really a decent table running, so. Excuse me. There's basically one table that's three-handed with two regs at it, so. And they have the fish kind of locked up, so we're not super interested in that table right now. There isn't three NL50 tables running. I'm on the wait list for the one. So hopefully we can get on that sooner than later. But overall, we're pretty happy with how things have been going. So hopefully we can keep kind of pushing that way, but we'll see kind of how it all plays out. Just checking the stream to make sure my delay is long enough here. Then we're going to go try to crush this sneeze attack and get rid of it. Okay, fold king 5. Seems like it's long enough. And on this board, we're just going to be going pretty strong here. He's not going to have too many overpairs unless it's 10s or jacks. I think we might need potentially need to add another minute to our delay. Yeah, not really. Still not at the hand I've been checking for, so. We should have it like a 2.5 minute delay here, I think. Which is way better than we had previously. We were at like 6 or 7 minutes or something crazy. Yeah, we're still not there. Almost at 2 minutes, over 2 minutes now. Yeah, we should be plenty fine. I'd have to fully time down with 30 seconds. I think we'd have to have 3 players fully timed down for there to be like a potential for our hand to be shown on stream. And if we were ever getting close to that, I think we would just kind of kill the stream there. Missed a c-bet here with the gut shot in the back door. And an overcard to second card. Try to swing some. Was that the hand? Yeah, what is that hand? So yeah, we're over 2 minutes. Over a 2 minute delay, so should be fine. And we're just gonna value bet on this board. We go big on boards like this, pretty wet. Lots of like backdoors and gut shots and pairs and club draws that can continue here. So we'll just go big. We're gonna check the jack 9. A little bit of a loose open here. I think we should just not be opening that from the cutoff. It's fine with like shovel spades. It's relatively tight to big blind. And for full pot, his stack size, I think we get shoved on a lot of turns. And then we're just like in a bad spot. And he does check again to us. He most likely has like busted clubs or a jack here. It's like pocket 6s, pocket 4s. We're going to check raise turn a lot. Or blast river a lot when the clubs miss. So I expect like king jack a lot of the time. It's fine too. Oh, 4x. That's a bit of an aggressive defender. I'll be right back, guys. Take this camera off here for a second. Should have called the deuces. I'm not sure if we're getting odds to set mine there completely or not when it goes call, raise, call. Probably are actually. I think we'll be just we survived it. Sorry about that, guys. My allergies just took over there big time. Holy man. Wow, that was rough. Yeah, I don't know about that deuces hand. I think uh, raise, call, 3-bet, call. I think probably we call. It's probably a bad fold realistically, but I was under attack by allergies. So we did end up letting it go, but I think that it's probably a call there, yeah. Not a very good L50 table up and running right now either. But yeah, for so far, been a pretty good month. We're winning at a very good clip. Um, I think the hand to note that we've been using really has been helping quite a bit. Um, and just the way you can kind of study with it and review your hands and everything is actually pretty cool. Um, we'll definitely defend the king 10 here. This guy's just opening every hand. We're mostly just going to be looking to hit something against him um, and then stack him. Okay, checks back. We do a lot of overbetting in these spots. The issue with overbetting on the ace is that he has so much ace X in his range. I think we have to fold here for half pot. Oh, it's close, I think, with a gut shot for half pot. I think when we're bet just to a queen, can just most of the time, especially without any realistic assumption of you're going to get paid off in any way. We can 3-bet or defend here. I think once Miss Tiffany calls, it pushes it into 3-betting being way better in this spot. Wow. That's kind of annoying. It's either going to be she shoves or she has like 8s or 7s and under and she folds. So a bit of an annoying outcome there, but I think that's fine. So it looks like she's just going to be playing every single hand. So we're going to want to be playing hands with that can flop pretty good in a lot of spots. This is one of those decent spots. Calls. We turn an even bigger draw, so we're going to barrel again. Take it down. You would have got there. Okay, we get some of that last hand back at least. 48-6. She limps again. Gaiso again. Pretty good flop. We do some checking, and with Miss Tiffany, with her range though, like I think our Ace X is actually just going to be the best hand a decent portion of the time. We block 5-6, so that's good. She does call. I think we'll check back here, try to get to showdown, and then we can decide what to do on rivers. Yeah, against a small bet, we have to call here. Perfect. Oh, we got the stack of clubs game. I think even without the 5, we were going to be calling most rivers there. The board's double paired against somebody who just has a huge range. Unfortunately, she does just leave. And this table's kind of not great now. Not that the regs are super good at it. It's just without fish, your win rate's going to plummet. Doesn't matter how bad the regs are. Like you're just stuck to the fact that they're not going to pay off every single hand or play every single hand. So your win rate's just drops. There's not a whole lot you can really do about it. You can call here some portion of the time. I like to just check raise though. We have all the 7-8s, the 6s, like stuff like that. He does too, though. Like our ranges are almost the same. Realistically, his opening range, our calling range are going to be pretty similar. We definitely have to defend the ace-8 here. We definitely need to flop trips like that, so it's perfect. He bets. I think against him, we're just going to call down. And check here. He bets again. I don't think there's much purpose in doing anything but like check calling here. If he has a 9 or a queen or some sort of pair or a bluff, he could bet again. If he doesn't have at least a 9 and we bet river, like lead out, he's just going to fold. So given like what his range can be and how he's played, we just have nothing to do but like check call, check call, check call. And then obviously we just jam river. We definitely missed a bet on the turn here. Or no, we did bet it. What did we bet? Really small? What even happened there? Check that hand out after. I think we just showed down the king high though. He spread the ace. That's fine. Standard call on flop, standard call on turn. And then just get river. When we brick our gut shot and flush draw there. 4x open, we'll fold queen jack. Alright, we do get a fish to sit here though on our right, so that's a good spot. Six deuce is probably okay to defend. Definitely pushing it against a cutoff 2.5x, but I think totally fine. And this time we'll just call the flush draw. We've been check raising him a lot, so I think calling is okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and we'll just block bet here with for value, obviously with the straight. He raises a jack, he'll call like 6x, and given the small sizing, he'll call a bunch of like 7-8s and 8-9s and 9-10s and stuff like that. Even like ace 10 or king 10 kind of thing. But those are probably betting turn. Like if he had like whatever, queen 10, king 10, jack 10, ace 10, a lot of those are going to check or are going to value bet turn there when they spike the 10. Right. Pocket 10s, we're going to bump up. Obviously, we're just on a huge heater right now. And this is basically a shove from a 20 big blind stack. So pocket 10s obviously goes into the middle. Flipping. Happily run it twice. Hopefully we can get at least one of them. Okay, if we see an ace, we want to see multiple aces. Ace or queen. Oh, come on, bro. Not just his time to win. When you're running it twice with a pair, you're in way better shape, obviously, than the overcards. Because if they do hit, you know what I mean, it's no longer a flip for the second run out. You're always flipping when you have the pair. When you have the overcards, you're only flipping on the first, potentially only flipping on the first run out. And that's assuming nobody has an ace or a king in their hand. See if there's anything running here that we can get ourselves into. Time is at 6. That's still late regis for another 20 minutes. Yeah, we're not gonna have time to join those. Okay. And we'll just defend the queen 7 suited. Raise the queen 4. And we 3-bet the ace 7 suited. Does 4-bet. Okay. I've never seen this guy before. Seems like he's probably a little bit spewy. If we had like the ace 5 or the ace 4, something like that, uh, we would call there or shove. Okay, we're gonna 3-bet the king 8 suited. This guy seems a little bit spewy. If he's playing that many hands, 36, 26, 48, 13% 3-bet. Probably opening like every single suited hand. Okay, does call. Not a great flop for us. We'll start with a c-bet. People are going to overfold to them. Under check raise. Does call. Fold here. Just our hand's terrible in this board, so we kind of have to just give up. Yeah, I don't think he's folding. Yeah. Given how deep we are, I think we'll just let the king 10 go. Unfortunately, the fish we had just left the table. I don't know if he got stacked or if he just dipped. Yeah, he just dipped. So this guy's playing one table. Probably just like playing almost every hand, spewing off here. Fold a 9-4. Okay, checks back flop. We'll just bet here. Okay, raise the king jack suited. Looks like all the fish just left. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate. He joined that table at least. I think the 9 deuce is a bit hopeful from the big blinds. Might be supposed to, could be, might be proper, I guess I should say, to defend every suited hand almost. First the button open. And we're going to open almost every button here with a fish in the big blind. You're just gonna call and then fold the C bets or double barrels kind of thing too often. Just trying to find some tables here, but there's really um yeah, even the 50-cent dollar table sucks. It's just not a lot. Okay, and we raise the ace eight. That guy was at the table previously, right? But he was on our right, I think. Yeah, whatever. Okay, fold the 8-3. Okay, we're definitely going to be three betting the sixes. Looks like I was gonna say, it looks like we're getting a full four bet here. I think if this hand just turns into a bunch of like aggression, there's not much point in playing a higher variance game right now. It's a pretty good flop for 9-3. And we're just going to be betting big here, obviously, when we don't have the ace. It's folds, unfortunately. Defend the 6-5. We'll stab one time here, I think. Interesting. So yeah, tables are relatively dead this morning. Absolutely nothing going on, considering it's what, Wednesday? Day Wednesday? I think so. Okay, raise the 9-7 suited. I roll the poker strips. This is going to happen a lot, so we're going to have to potentially adapt our opening range a bit with this guy in the big blind and a super whale in the small blind. Every time we open, he calls. This guy's going to basically want to squeeze, so we'll keep an eye on that. If it does start to happen a lot, then we can just kind of start attacking more. We do get 3-bet here. With the suited ace, we're going to call. Okay, flop top pair. This is a really good flop for us. I'm just going to lead it here. Okay, we make a straight here in the bottom right. No action, unfortunately. And this tank is basically either like an overpair that he's going to raise with, I think, or kind of deciding if he's going to blast or not. And I think using small bets against fish are just never going to induce them to make a bluff. It's just going to let you get to a cheap showdown most of the time. Until we have reason that he'll bluff. This guy, oh, this is the guy we stacked earlier, right? We raised the ace-10. It might actually be a case where he's going to be just playing a ton of hands against us because he, got stacked there. We'll just fold the ace-10. Fold the 9 deuce. Gross river. Already call flop and then call flush on the turn. That's why you, whatever. Super small bet on the flop. Definitely should have gone bigger on the turn. Either way, he was calling. Raise the king 10. Terrible flop. We do bet here with some hands, some portion of the time. King 10 off is just not going to be one of them. We'll just take the king high to showdown pretty happily. Raise the ace jack, raise the king queen off. I don't know who this guy is, but he's real named. So I don't know if he was like a tournament player. Not sure. Hmm. This is normally a defend. Just against 20 big open, I think we can just let it go. Just like he'll be way more inclined. Okay, well, not much action happening here for the stream today, team. Tables are dead. We got one table. There's no other tables that can even be sat at right now. Yeah. I'll check back the tens on this board. He checks again. We will bet this time. Once he double checks, there's really not a ton that's we're gonna be worried about getting check raised with for value too often. But yeah, I don't know. I think we might just call it there. Oh, excuse me. If you guys are interested in a poker tracker and study tool, hand to note, there's a link in the description. Saves you 10% and helps support the channel here. We are getting towards monetization again, which is pretty cool. So I am hopeful that if we can keep the streams rolling, that we should have that. The goal was kind of within that 6-month period where we're trying to get to the 100K, that we would also be fully monetized at that point. So we kind of have 3 months to get there. We're gonna have to turn it up a little bit to actually hit those goals. But overall, making a pretty good push towards it. So I guess with nothing going on, just hit that like and subscribe button, and